Hey, what's going on guys? Coach Nate here with Peak Physiques, and in this video, my goal is to sort of pull back the curtains and basically show you exactly how to get rid of that stubborn, unwanted belly fat for good and peak your physique in just 12 to 16 weeks with literally little to no experience using my Beginners to Body Transformations program. By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what it takes to get lean, cut, and toned by learning what kind of nutrition plan it is that you need to follow and what type of workouts to do when it comes to shedding the excess body fat and putting on lean muscle mass. You're also gonna learn the type of mindset that it takes in order to have a successful fitness journey, because let's be honest, this is a lot more mentally challenging than it is physically challenging. So once you can cultivate the right mindset, it's just about putting all of these things together that ultimately get you the best results as possible. Now, just so we don't waste anyone's time here, this video is designed for beginners to intermediate level gym goers only, who are serious and committed to making progress. If you're open-minded and you're willing to learn, then this video is for you. If you're not a beginner to intermediate level gym goer who's not really serious about making change for yourself, you're not ready to learn and be coachable, then just go ahead and click off this video right now, because I don't want to waste any of your time. Instead, go watch all of my other content to learn more before coming back here. Now, as you can probably tell, I am a little under the weather, so hopefully you can bear with me as I'm pretty congested right now. Anyways, let's get to it. You've most likely tried things like fasting, cutting out carbs and fats in your diet, portion controlling your food, or maybe even hiring a personal trainer and it didn't go well for you. Now that's totally okay, because most people that watch my content, including myself, went through the same exact thing. Now the reason why those things usually never work is because, number one, fasting isn't necessary to lose weight, and as long as you're in a calorie deficit by the end of the day, you're gonna lose weight. Most people that fast just end up in a worse situation because they're starving themselves and yet still not seeing the progress that they want. Number two, carbs and fats are actually essential for overall health, as they provide energy for your body, especially for your brain and muscle, and also support cell growth. Number three, portion control doesn't actually work because it's very inaccurate. You don't know how much you're consuming as far as calories go, which causes for inconsistency in your weight loss and fat loss journeys. One day you could be eating 1,500 calories and the next you're eating 2,500 calories, even though your food portion looks the same. Then you wonder why you're not losing weight or why you gained an extra 2 pounds overnight. Lastly, number four, now I'm not knocking in-person trainers. I used to be one myself, but the reason why you don't really see them producing crazy before and after transformations is because of one simple thing. They cannot give you any nutritional advice. It is actually a gym law that unless you're a certified nutritionist or a dietitian, they cannot create you a nutrition plan. So basically what you're left with is maybe 2 to 3 workout sessions with your trainer per week, which most likely not going to be of your choice, and you're left in the dark with having everything else to figure out on your own. And we all know where the real transformation happens, and that's what you do outside of the gym. So that's the kind of help that you need if you're looking to finally get rid of that excess stubborn body fat and peak out your physique. Now, on the other hand, I operate completely different, because I, number one, allow you to have carbs and fats in your diet. I don't have you fast from this time to this time. You don't have to portion out your meals, and I give you exactly what you need both inside and outside of the gym in order to get the fat loss results you want and start building your physique to exactly how you want it to look, in which I'm going to show you the exact steps here in just a moment. But before I do, we're going to head over to my computer and I'm going to prove to you that it is in fact possible to achieve your peak physique and lose all the excess body fat you have for good with literally little to no experience and despite all the things you might have tried in the past. So let's go. All right, so welcome to Peak Physiques. This is going to be my Beginners to Body Transformations program. First off though, I do want to share a little bit about me. Obviously, I wouldn't have you do anything that I first haven't gone through myself. With that said, if you're new here, I do want to mention this is my most important thing in my life, is that I am a Christian. I do believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ, who came down to earth and died for my sins. So, that is my sole purpose in life. And I think it's obviously important that you know that as your coach moving forward. And so I'm also a husband and a father. We have 2 boys and another boy on the way, which he'll be due in February. So, overall in my life, I've been somewhat active. I played a lot of sports, so I was overall in decent shape. But there are points in my life where I did hit, rock bottom, or points in my life where I wasn't at my best. And so although I look like in decent shape here, mentally, physically, spiritually even, I just was not healthy in those areas. Again, I had muscle because of my previous history of sports and exercise, but at this point in my life, I was very insecure, a little bit of body dysmorphia for sure, not much fat, but even though I was somewhat lean, I would sit down, man, and I could feel my belly rolls, hanging over. So that was something I wanted to work on. And as you can tell, this was actually just a year difference. Dialing in my routine, my schedule, and just changing my lifestyle, obviously working out, healthier diet, getting up at 5 a.m. consistently, spending more time in the Bible, in my spiritual life, growing. Not only physically did I change, but overall in most of my areas, I had an awesome transformation. So I like to share this before and after. It's not just the physique that looks different, but I was more happy now than I've ever been, and that's kind of just my story. I'm gonna go on to the next slide here and just show you, I've had some other moments in my life where I had a transformation. Obviously, you can see this is my peak bulk here. I was weighing about 205 down to about 170, 168 here, my peak cut. This is me currently, and then this is me in my latest men's physique show. I've done multiple men's physique shows. I'm also a certified trainer through NASM, National Academy of Sports Medicine. So just a few credentials here. I'm not new to this fitness world or industry. Been in it for about 13, 14 years now. Ever since I was in middle school, I've always been passionate about the gym and played, again, multiple sports. So just been, again, very active in my life. And at this point in my life, I'm happy with where I'm at, and I want to be able to help others achieve the same. So with that said, this is my first client I want to show you. His name is Makoa. Makoa was a complete beginner. He had basically no gym experience, no knowledge of basic nutrition. And he just went through my Beginners to Transformations program, achieved amazing results. He's actually never seen his abs before. So obviously you could tell he was able to reveal his abs for the first time and was able to lose 18 pounds in 12 weeks. So this is just a great testimony that shows you that even with little to no experience when it comes to nutrition or training, you're still able to get amazing results by following my principles here in this program, which I'm going to share with you here in a moment. Now you can read some of the things here. You can pause the video if you want. I won't read all of it, but just really cool things he was saying throughout the program. Wifey loving the body, feels good, been super excited about this journey, getting stronger, loving seeing results each week. That's something that is important in my program is that we want to get you to see results almost every single week so that you stay motivated and you stay committed to getting even more results. When you get more results, it gets you more motivated. That's the benefit of my program. Best shape I've been in, investment he's always dreamed about, new lifestyle. So really cool testaments there. So this is my client, Matt. He lost 40 pounds in 16 weeks. He is an ICU nurse with a very busy schedule. So as you know, with a very busy schedule, it's very hard to stay consistent with your diet. And sometimes when you're working late hours, you don't have energy to go to the gym. Matt played no excuses in the game. He just was able to follow everything I told him to do. We were able to create him a plan that fit his schedule, his routine, his ICU nursing schedule. And obviously you could tell he was able to lose almost all of the excess body fat. He just looks lean, muscular. Look at his back there. Obviously amazing transformation. Now, despite he had some experience in the powerlifting world from the past, just doing powerlifting workouts, but even with my Beginners to Body Transformations program, it still worked well for him. So this is Jerome, who lost 15 pounds, and he's a school teacher and as well as a dance instructor. But obviously you could tell, like even in this picture here, this guy looks like he's in great shape, right? You wouldn't see anything wrong with his left photo. Probably like similar to what my before photo was when I was holding my baby. Only yourself mentally where you're at and that you could achieve more, right? But for Jerome, not only did he want to work on his mindset, he also wanted to just decrease his body fat percentage. And obviously you could tell he looks a lot more shredded and leaner. And just going back to the side shots, you could even see his arms there, just the triceps popping out more, a lot more obliques showing, right? So that was his goal, just wanting to be more leaner. And a lot of times, those last 10 to 15 pounds of excess layers of body fat is almost the hardest to achieve. People can lose, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, but to get this lean is way harder than doing that. So these are some of the things he said. Again, I won't read it all. Just go ahead and pause it if you want to. One of the last things he said was pretty cool at the end of the program was finishing this program. I definitely think it's just the beginning of my journey. I've learned so much from this program and I'm grateful for the experience I had. Thank you, Nate. I had to put that in there because he actually just finished, and You know, I felt like that was a really cool testimony because a lot of times people are concerned if this is either just a temporary 3-4 month program, but really this is an investment into your future. He's able to learn so much in the program and now apply the same principles into his future and maintain his results. You see, I'm not a coach that just cares about getting an awesome transformation and using you to get more clients. I care about your future, but also maintain the results that you achieved, because a lot of times when people go through these weight loss journeys or fat loss journeys, they end up going backwards after the program. And again, it's important to see results on a weekly basis. And so you could see how Jerome was like, I also looked through the photos from when I started my program with you, and damn, to me, I didn't really see any changes, but seeing my progress is unreal. So when you're on a fitness journey like this, you may not see the results or the changes day by day, because obviously you see your body. But from a coach's perspective, when I put your photos side by side and I send it to you, you're like, oh wow, like I am actually making progress and I'm seeing results. And that's why he was shocked to see that. So just really awesome testimonies there. So now that you've just seen a little glimpse of what's possible through my Beginners to Body Transformations program, I'm going to show you exactly sort of how my clients are able to get these awesome results. As you know, working with beginners can be a bit of a challenge because it's like you're starting from the bottom, right? So it's really my job to keep things as simple as possible, to make it where it's super easy for you to follow and where I take out all the guesswork. So with that said, we're going to dive in here. I basically created 3 main important pillars in my program, and I've called it the peak pillars. So there's pillar number 1, peak mindset, pillar number 2, peak nutrition, and pillar number 3, peak training. Pretty simple, right? Now you need all of these pillars combined in order to maximize your results, but let's go ahead and review each one. All right, so why is peak mindset pillar number 1? Well, honestly, most people never get to their goals because they don't have the right mindset, which results in either them quitting, hitting a plateau, feeling stuck, or just going through the never-ending cycle of losing and gaining weight, right? So instead, what we do here at Peak Physiques is address the core roots, which I believe is a key on top of having all the other systems in place. So we can agree that this is all more mentally challenging than it is physically challenging, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you just put your mind to something, you can achieve it. Our bodies are much more capable than what we think they are. So again, it's just dealing with what's up in here that is holding us back to our ultimate potential. A key aspect to having a good mindset, I believe, is setting a great goal. And what I like to do for that is set SMART goals, which stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relatable, and time. So if you can set a SMART goal based off of these things here, then you're basically going to have a clear sense of which direction you're headed. And a lot of the times when the journey gets tough, having that goal in mind is what's going to help you to get through that tough time. So if you combine a positive mindset with a SMART goal, you're going to have a very successful fitness journey. And a lot of times why people don't have a successful fitness journey is because they have a negative mindset and a very unclear goal. All right, so pillar number 2 is peak nutrition. And we've all heard it before, but 80% of your results are going to come from nutrition. Okay, so that means that you have to get this right in order to see progress and results. 20%, yes, is training. I mean, it all matters, but what's going to help you to actually see visual changes in your body is going to be your nutrition. Probably heard it as well. You cannot out-train a bad diet. So no matter how good you are at training in the gym and how smart and advanced you are with exercises and techniques, if your diet is off and not dialed in, you aren't going to get the results you're looking for, okay? You need to supplement your body with the right fuel and nutrients it needs so that it'll complement your training. We've all heard it as well. You are what you eat. And this is so true. You are what you eat, and what you eat is ultimately going to make you look how you eat, and also how you feel is super huge. A lot of the times we eat like garbage, we're going to feel like garbage. Pretty common sense here. And I've already mentioned this, but abs are made in the kitchen. And again, this is so true because it's not the training, it's not the cardio, it's not the exercises that's going to get you abs. It's the diet, okay? It's making sure you're in a calorie deficit consistently to lose weight, lose fat. That's going to help you get abs, okay? And guys, there is no one size fits all diet or meal plan out there. I cannot give each of my clients the same exact meal plan for each person. The reason is because everybody's different and everybody has different goals. Everybody weighs different. Everybody's height is different. Everybody's activity level is different. So you got to put all those things into play and create a diet that works for them. Not only that, but people have different food preferences and allergies and food dislikes. And that is why I have labeled pillar number 2 for nutrition, because it literally is the most important when it comes to actually seeing visible results. And lastly, you need a customizable, flexible, and adjustable diet plan, okay? If you don't have these 3 things, then you're not going to be able to stick with it. It's not going to be sustainable, and you're you're going to be like everyone else who goes on a weight loss journey and ends up failing and goes backwards and gains all the weight back. Stop with the crash diets, the fad diets, the carnivore, the keto. Just get on a balanced nutrition plan that works for you, that is customizable to you, flexible and adjustable. So let me just show you really quick what it looks like to implement peak nutrition, pillar number 2, in the program. And that's exactly what Izzy did. He was able to lose 35 pounds in 12 weeks and followed exactly what I told him to do. We created him a customizable meal plan, a flexible meal plan, and an adjustable one where I was making constant adjustments to his meal plan so that he could stick with it, so that it fit his lifestyle, his schedule, and that was something he enjoyed and was able to stick with it for a long period of time. And again, that is why you need pillar number 2 with a good mindset, which is peak mindset, pillar number 1. And last but not least, we're going to talk about pillar number 3. But before I do, check out some testimonies here for him, some screenshots. I won't read all of these, but as you can see, he lost 2 pounds this week, looking more lean and toner. Again, that 2 pounds, you want to see constant results every week. Didn't think I would lose 5 pounds that quickly. Meal plan is definitely working. It's crazy how fast I'm losing weight, getting his confidence back. Like, these are huge things that makes me as a coach super proud. Feel great, 18 pounds down. He shook. Can't believe it's been 7 weeks. Never been this lean in a long time. Confident, motivated. So this was all throughout, you can look at the dates here, all throughout the 12 weeks and just amazing testimonies as far as his results go. So let's talk about lastly, pillar number 3, peak training. And this is designed to specifically maximize muscle growth. And that is the pure goal of the Beginners to Body Transformations program, is to build as much lean muscle mass as possible. And so how are we going to do that? Well, I believe the best way to build muscle is to model yourself after an expert. For me, when I look at bodybuilders, I look at how amazingly aesthetic and muscular they look. And if I want to look like them, then I would expect to just do what they do. That just makes sense to me. It's common sense. So not that I'm trying to create a bunch of bodybuilders, as you can see, but I am using bodybuilding techniques and strategy, which ultimately is going to be muscle building, bodybuilding, hypertrophy workouts. That means that we're going to do a certain set of sets and reps, and also how much rest to take in between each set. This is going to be optimal lifting techniques. So things like time under tension, learning about mind to muscle connection, negatives, slow and control reps, pausing, tempo reps, right? So all of these things are designed to build muscle. And then on top of that, we're going to get on a strategic fat loss cardio training plan. That's going to help not only to shed the fat, but it's going to help also benefit your cardiovascular health. So add all of this, peak training, peak nutrition, and mindset together, and you get results like my clients have. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is sort of the traditional way of personal training. You know, this is the in-person trainer sort of route, because I do get a lot of people who ask me about, you know, is online coaching for me? I would rather have someone in person to train me. And yes, I get that, because obviously they're hands-on. In-person's a lot more personal, right? But let me show you why I call this the failure-driven cycle, okay? So ideally, you're going to get about 1 to 3 sessions per week. And that's at a pretty costly price. So your minimum to how many times you see your coach or your trainer per week. And then you have to think about what you're going to do outside of those. Most people are training who want optimal results are going to want to train from 4 to 5, maybe 6 days a week. So what do you do with those last few days that you're on your own? You're still kind of working by yourself. Lastly, you're going to do about 30 minutes a session, which isn't terrible, but you don't want to rush through your workouts. And number 3, a trainer who's going to take their time to walk you through the steps in teaching you how to train needs a whole lot more than just 30-minute sessions. I mean, this is practically like a warm-up set and a good working set of a compound movement. So you're limited with, again, not only how many times you see them, but the time that you're with them in the gym. Next, you got to work with their timing, their schedule, not yours. So it's not like you can't just train anytime that you want to train. You got to go at their suitable time. And again, it's unpredictable if you have a busy schedule, or someone who has to work out sometimes in the morning and sometimes at night, or maybe in the afternoon because of your work. So the next thing you got to consider is that they're not really there to sort of educate you and further your knowledge in nutrition and fitness. They're basically not getting paid if you don't come back and you figure out everything on your own. You're kind of left there to just basically get what you need and move on. Again, it's not a focus on like your outside lifestyle lifestyle habits, whereas like you need discipline to eat your meals, meal prep, stay away from, junk food, wake up, on a decent time. Like all those lifestyle habits, they're not really being worked on with an in-person trainer. And so these are super important aspects that you need to consider when you're looking for a coach and someone who's going to actually help you change your lifestyle to get you the results that you want. The next few things here, they kind of just turn into a workout buddy, maybe even a therapist. When I was a trainer in person, a lot of the times my clients were just there to talk and chat and just tell me about their whole entire day or whatever it is that they were going through. And it would be hard for us to get a workout in because we'd be too busy talking. So, and then they turn out to just be your workout buddy. And that's really all it is. Over time, that's kind of what it comes down to. Unless you're paying them a lot of money, then they might take it a little bit more serious. But again, if it's that typical local gym, you got your dude in there who doesn't even look like they lift and maybe they got a certification because they're book smart, you're probably not going to get the best results from them. This is also something to consider here, missed session for unexpected emergencies. If anything comes up, or if maybe you have to work out early in the morning with your trainer and you sleep in, or you get sick or anything like that, you miss that session with them. And it's their choice whether they can just cancel charge it, meaning they still get paid, but you don't get the session. Or if they're nice enough, they're going to say, hey, well, we can make up for it another day. And that's very rare. Last few things to consider is lack of results. Again, you don't see a lot of crazy before and after transformations from in-person trainers. Again, unless they're a nutritionist or a dietitian, they can't give you nutritional advice, which is literally the most important thing you need when it comes to getting true results. You kind of see your money is wasted. A lot of the times people invest so much money in in-person trainers and they don't get much results. If anything, they look the same in the next year, right? And so they look at that as all money wasted, right? What was all that point of, maybe you got a great relationship with your trainer, but you still look the same? That is not worth it in my eyes. So again, you still have no confidence in working out. And so with that said, I always say, oftentimes personal trainers will give you additional workouts to do on your own because of limited availability in their schedule. But if you can do one extra session on your own, why can't you just do them all on your own? And you want to know where most people fall short at? The weekends. How many times can people say we're on track through the whole week and then they just let it all go during the weekends, right? Want to know where personal trainers fall short? The weekends. In-person trainers do not get paid to check in with you on the weekends. Unless you work out with them on the weekends, they're not getting paid to check in with you and keep you accountable over the weekend, making sure you're doing your meal prep, making sure that you're staying on track. Because even if you were on track for the whole entire week, if you end up binge eating, going out with friends, drinking, partying, all that stuff, that whole week is wasted. So with that said, I want to kind of share with you sort of where you're currently at, and this is where I've been. So I'm also speaking sort of from past experience. And this is a point A where I was and maybe where you currently are. You may be dealing with this stuff, maybe not. But point A is basically you have no confidence at the moment. You're just not happy with how you look in the mirror. Maybe you're currently stuck and had to hit a plateau where you're not sure what direction you need to take as far as to break through that plateau. You have excess belly fat that you're just not happy with. It's stubborn. You don't want it and you want to get rid of it. You have no motivation, no energy. You're overwhelmed maybe with all the information out there as far as what it is that you need to do to actually get results. So it makes you frustrated, maybe even confused, and just clueless. So that's point A. And so my solution to that is we need to figure out how to get you to point B. And that is ultimately to a place where you're increased in confidence, right? You can walk around confident, not like in a cocky or conceited way, but it's more like I'm happy with myself, right? That brings such a level of peace of mind and level of confidence, and people can sense that. People see that, right? You want to get to a place where you're just happy with your physique. You got muscle, you're lean, right? You see definition. Maybe you're wanting an athletic or curvy build. If that's something you're interested in, doing all this stuff is going to help you improve the quality of life. Definitely reduce anxiety and stress when you start to feel confident and happy about where you're at. All of those things just disappear. I promise you. Increased strength is huge. A lot of people want to gain more strength and ultimately be stronger in life and prolong their life by keeping that strength up in their body. It's going to boost your moods, improve productivity. For me, sometimes I want to go on a little cutting journey or 3-month transformation real quick just so that I can get in that motive of like being in a grind. you know? And so that helps me to be more productive with my life. It not only just blesses me, but it blesses others, and it keeps others motivated and inspired. And overall, you're gonna build that discipline and consistency. So here's the thing. You can try and do this on your own, like maybe you have been, and you can just chuck along. Maybe you're doing good. Maybe you lose a few pounds and start to see actually good results, right? And then obviously you start to wander off. Maybe try some different workouts, different exercises. One coach tells you not to do this. The other coach tells you to do this. And then you go on this whole windy road off in a long lost journey by yourself, and you end up in nowhere. And that's a lot of times what happens when we try to do things on our own. And I get that because it can kind of sometimes be a prideful thing, like, oh, I got it on my own. It's fine. You know, I don't need help. But sometimes it's actually wise to humble ourselves and submit to the fact that, okay, I've been doing all these things. I'm stuck. I need help. You know what I mean? So really the quickest route to point B is literally a straight line. You want to find a sort of proven strategy that can get you from point A to point B as fast as you can. I mean, why waste all that time, effort, money, blood, sweat, and tears maybe? So how can we bridge the gap basically from point A to point B? Well, I believe it's the peak pillars. Because again, if you've been dealing with point A, all of these symptoms, and you're trying to get to point B, well, I have proven track records of people literally doing this. And it just makes sense. And I want you to also realize, you know, your health and fitness goals are priceless. At the end of the day, your health, your body, your future is priceless, okay? There's not a price point that you can put on it. At the end of the day, that's the most valuable thing, right? Is a person. And so the question is, do you see it that way? What I want to do real quick is just give you a little different perspective and walk you through some things. If I was going to sell you a Lambo, right, for $5,000, ultimately, you know that a Lambo is hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? Tons of money. So if I was going to sell you a $5,000 Lambo and it was in perfect condition, you would literally find a way to get that money. Wouldn't you? The reason is because you know the value that this car has. So $5,000 makes it seem ridiculously cheap because you understand the value that this car has. And you know it's worth so much, you would basically bend over backwards to find that money. And then maybe if you don't even like Lambos, you would still buy it and trade it in, and in return get $100,000 back, right? And so you would maybe find things like buy now, pay over time options where you could do a firm, right? You could pay $5,000 through a firm and then just make monthly installments through there. They also have Klarna. Maybe you've used Afterpay, or maybe you put it on a credit card that even though interest is a little high, you're still seeing that value and it's worth it to you, that even though it may take a few months to pay this credit card off for $5,000, you're gonna have a few $100,000 in your bank account. So really you see the value. Maybe even you ask some friends or family for some money real quick and you know you'll pay them back in the future. And the idea is that you'd find a way because you see the value. Now, obviously my program is not $5,000, but the big question is, if you're willing to do that for a Lamborghini, why wouldn't you do the same for your health? Because again, your health is valuable. Much more than a Lamborghini, a fancy luxury car. And I hope you see that. I hope you believe that your health and your life, your precious life, is more valuable than just a fancy car. So with that said, I just want to share with you a few more testimonies of some clients of mine who saw the value in investing in themselves, knew that obviously their body and their health is way more valuable than just a Lambo, but that it's important to take care of your body, take care of your mind, and invest in yourself. And so starting with Ernie, he was able to lose 30 pounds in 16 weeks. Major transformation. He obviously built a ton of muscle in the process. Isaiah, 35 pounds in 12 weeks. Lean, abs showing, muscular, got rid of the gut. We got Lawrence over here who lost 30 pounds in 12 weeks, who was a complete absolute beginner. As a matter of fact, we did a little bulking phase before that, so he was able to build up some muscle, and then the goal was to cut down so that he could have that muscle to show, and then he was able to see his abs. Jacob, again, complete beginner, didn't know anything about nutrition, anything about the gym. This is actually an old client of mine in the past, so if you guys saw him now, you guys would be shocked. He's in absolute great shape, still got his abs, but with a lot of more muscle and just super happy with himself. A few others here, this is my brother Jason. He was able to lose 32 pounds in just 12 weeks. He's had some experience in the gym, but not really much to have a body transformation, especially when it comes to diet. My brother does like his food. Nonetheless, he was able to achieve awesome results. JJ, he's still in the program and he's actually in a 60-week program, but I wanted to show you just his transformation in 12 weeks. He lost 34 pounds in just 12 weeks, and look how much just body fat he was able to reduce. This is not just shrinking his body in the image. This is literally a transformation of fat loss. Again, no experience in the gym, no experience with nutrition. Ian, I'll tell you what, Ian had a gym phobia, or at least gym intimidation, and he was so scared to go to the gym. We were able to slowly progress and focus on one step at a time. But again, his goal was to get lean, get rid of the excess body fat. And over just a couple weeks in the program, Ian was able to overcome his fear in the gym. Not to say that it was gone forever, but the more results he got, the more confident he got, which was able to help him go into the gym, do what he had to do, and get out. And so Ian right now is actually still on his journey, still working towards his peak physique, and he's just so thankful for investing in himself when he did. And then we got Isaac here, who just wanted a flat stomach. He was able to lose 20 pounds in 12 weeks. He's a father. He has 2 kids, and he was able to just, even as a dad, get it done, go to the gym, stick with the meal plan, and make awesome progress. Again, these are guaranteed transformation and results in my program, Beginners to Body Transformations. And with that said, if this sounds interesting to you and you're a beginner to intermediate level gym goer who is ready to take action and get in the best shape of your life, then go ahead and click the link below and book in a free consultation with me. Please, please, please do not book in a call if you're not ready for an incredible transformation. You just want to sit around, chat. You like to think about things instead of taking action. I like action takers. People are going to implement what I tell them to do. Please don't book in a call if you won't implement any advice that I give you. Maybe you still want to try it on your own. That's okay, but don't book in the call if that's you. Please don't book in a call if you think Lamborghini is more valuable than your health. Now, because I'm so confident in my program, if you don't see any results, you don't pay. And what I mean by that is if you don't lose at least 15 pounds while putting on lean muscle mass and become happier with what you see in the mirror, in the first 12 weeks, okay, you do not pay a single penny. I'm so confident in this because of my past experience with my clients. So this leaves you really with 2 options at the end of the day. Option 1, okay, you can take the information I gave you in this video, try it yourself, invest time into testing, trying, and building your own program. Or option number 2, you can take a massive shortcut. Like I mentioned, from point A to point B is a straight line, right? Don't go off on a long lost journey on your own. Take a massive shortcut, okay? We can hop on a call and I'll show you exactly how you can lose the body fat for good in as little as 12 to 16 weeks instead of just doing this on your own and again, wasting a bunch of time and money. So if option number 2 sounds like you and you are serious about getting results like my other clients and you just want to get there faster, easier, go ahead and book a call below. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know it was a very long video, but I hope it was worth it for you. If you need to hit me up, you got my email there. There's my Instagram handle. Please watch more of my content. It's packed with information and value that could help you out on your journey. And again, if you're looking for more help and are exactly the person I've been speaking to in this whole video, just click the link below, book in a call, and we'll talk. Have a blessed day.